Greetings, people. How you doing out there? It's been a while, but we've had to endure the last couple of weeks of international football. England playing against Brazil and Belgium, and I've got to say, these days my focus is mostly on Arsenal. But I used to love England when England played, but these days not so much. Don't forget to smash a like on this video. If you're new around here, subscribe to the Arsenal Future channel. We've got lots of great content coming up, and I've said this before, and we've given you some good content, but we've got loads more in store, and it's only going to be onwards and upwards from here. Anyway, briefly, because I've got a towel around me because I've just come out the shower. I washed my locks and water was dripping all over my floor, and so I'm covering up now so no more water rolls down onto the floor and so on. And so I'm covering up and I'm going to bed soon. Back to you on. I apologize, people. I'm tired. I've been doing a lot of work this week. So tired. Sorry, but I've had to knock this video out. It's a preview of the game against Porto. A brief preview against the game. A brief preview. Of the game against Porto. It was now a couple of weeks ago. And Arsenal, we won the match 1-0 at the Emirates, and of course Trossard scoring the only goal of the game, which brought the game into extra time, which nobody had scored, and it went straight to penalties after extra time. I think Kai Havertz had a goal disallowed, which should have taken us through without, of course, minus the penalty shootout, but it wasn't to be. The goal got disallowed. And so we went through. It was 1-1. Obviously, we lost 1-0 in Porto a few weeks ago. And so when it came to the penalties, we were perfect, more or less, in penalties. And David Raya saved 2 penalties. I've forgotten who it was from because it was a while ago, and I just didn't have the time to go back and look who it was. But the most important thing is that Arsenal are through. We're through to the last 8. We've never won this competition before. And it really, really bugs me that we're the biggest club never to won this, alongside Atletico, and we're a bigger club than Atletico Madrid. So we're the biggest club never to won this competition, and Atletico are like the second. You have other great teams who never won this, or great clubs who never won this. For instance, like the likes of Lazio, Roma, they're big clubs in Italy who never won it. And so on. And I don't think Leverkusen have won it. They're a big club in Germany, and so on. So it's been very, very difficult. But hopefully this year we want to win both. I don't think we're going to win both, but we would like to win both. And I remember there was an interview asking our heroic goalkeeper, David Raya, what he prefers to win. And he said we want to win both. And that's the sort of mentality that we want to hear from our players, that we want to go for both competitions. It's not a matter of, okay, we're going to pick and choose, and we're going to go for the Champions League, or no, we're going to go for the Premier League. I like the fact he said we want both the Premier League and both the Champions League. And that's what we want to hear as fans. And I'm sure their fellow other players, his colleagues in the Arsenal team, when they hear that, it jeers them up. Our players, we want to win everything. And so that's what it should be, because we're a massive club. And for years we've underachieved. We've not won the Premier League for 20 years, and we've never won the Champions League. And those sort of things really, really irks me. And I know there's a lot of our fan base who think like this as well. It really irks them that we've underachieved over especially the last sort of 20 years since the Invincibles. And so we went through 4-2 in aggregate, or 4-2 in penalties, obviously 1-1 in aggregate, 4-2 in penalties, and we scored more or less all our penalties. And David Raya won us the penalty shootout by saving 2, and he almost got to one of their goals as well, but he just missed it. And my people, I just want to say, as I said, I'm going to try and keep this brief. I'm going to try and do some more videos in the morning, because we've got that big game against Manchester City coming up on Sunday. And so I want to give you something in the morning leading up to that Manchester City game at the Etihad. We're going to talk about that some more tomorrow morning, and so that you'll get to see the preview before the match. I wanted to do a live stream, but unfortunately my PC is very slow at the moment, and I've got to unbug it or debug it. It's got a lot of bugs, so I can't use it, because the bugs in the PC is making it very, very slow. It's taking even sometimes up to half an hour to load. So I've got to debug it, and it might take me, if I'm not so busy next week, it will take me just a couple of days to get it done. And then once it's done, I'm going to test it. And once it's ready to go, we're gonna start doing some live streams again. And so for the time being, we're going to keep putting out the same content, what we do. When I say the same content, not the same, but in the same fashion, the same style, just recorded material for the time being. But I really want to go live with you guys because I want to see who's around, who's following us. And so we're going to try and grow the channel. We're going to try and see if we can, grow a community and create a community for the channel. And so the quarterfinal draw is not a favourable one because the draw reads something like this: that we're playing against Bayern Munich with the home leg first and the away leg second. And I've forgotten the dates, but don't worry, as the time gets closer to the game, when we do a preview of the game, we're going to give you the dates. And of course, Borussia Dortmund are playing Atletico Madrid, and of course, Barcelona playing PSG. And I remember one time PSG walloped Barcelona. And there was a time when Barcelona lost, I think it was 4-0 in the Parc des Princes. And then they went to the new camp and then they battered PSG. I think it was 6-1. That was one of the biggest comebacks ever in Champions League history. But we're playing against Bayern Munich, the Emirates first. I might go to that game. I'm not sure yet. If I'm going, you'll all know about it because I'll be doing I might even do a fan cam as well, and I might even try and get a couple of our supporters and interview them if I can. But we'll see how it goes. As the weather's picking up nicely now, it's becoming spring now. I think I'm going to try and go to some of the games. When it was colder early in the season, when it was very cold, I much prefer to stay indoors and watch it from the comfort of my bed or from my chair. But now it's getting, weather's picking up. I might go to one or two games, and it's coming towards the busiest end of the season, so even more so. And so other games, what sticks out is the Manchester City against Real Madrid. I've forgotten who plays who first at home. I think the first leg is at the Etihad. I think so. And then the second leg is at the Bernabeu in Madrid, Spain. So Manchester City are playing Real Madrid in one of the quarterfinals, and Arsenal, where our real focus lies, are playing against Bayern Munich with the home leg first. I do know that we're playing with Bayern Munich first at home. Then the second leg is in the Allianz Arena in Munich, and then of course PSG are playing against Barcelona. I'm not sure who's first, but I'll put something up here for you to see, and for you to see who's first, and when the dates are of the matches, and of course, not last but not least, Borussia Dortmund play against Atletico Madrid. So it'd be very interesting. And if we beat Bayern Munich, we play the winners of the Manchester City Real Madrid game. And so it's not going to be easy. So if we're going to win this Champions League this year, we're going to have to do it the hard way. And of course, with the other two games, the winners of either one plays against each other. I'm expecting PSG and Barcelona. I'm expecting Barcelona to beat PSG because of their experience. Even that won't be easy. It's not the Barcelona of old, but I think they've significantly improved since the start of the year. Xavi's got them playing some very good football, and so on. And then, of course, they play the winners. So I think whoever wins that one plays the winners of the Borussia Dortmund and Atletico Madrid. I'm expecting it to be an all-Spain semi-final in that. An all-Spain semi-final in that regard, in terms of Barcelona getting past PSG and Atletico Madrid getting past Borussia Dortmund. And then, of course, Arsenal, hopefully, fingers crossed, guys, fingers crossed, let's not tempt fate, getting across Bayern Munich. And, of course, I've got a feeling that Real Madrid are going to beat Manchester City because City beat them last season. And if you remember the season before, when they got to the final and when Chelsea beat them, they actually lost. No, I'm getting mixed up. It was Chelsea 2021. Yeah, sorry, I got mixed up. The 2022 is when, 2022. Yeah, Liverpool. It was actually Liverpool against Real Madrid. And Real Madrid won it in 2022. So I'm thinking about the year when they got to the final against Chelsea. No. Yeah, I was right. Yeah. Sorry, 2022, Real Madrid beat Manchester City Manchester City were going through, and then Real Madrid came back at the last scarf to go to knock City out, and then they played Liverpool in the final, and they beat Liverpool, and then that was 2022. Because I remember watching the game here, 2022, and then last year, which was 2023, of course, Manchester City got their revenge on Real Madrid. Yeah, after Madrid knocked them out in 2022. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, so I'm expecting Real Madrid to beat them again this time for what they did to them last year. I just have got a feeling that it will be very tight. I think all the games will be very tight. The only game that might not be tight, it could be the Dortmund and Atletico, because I think Atletico can put a few goals, could put a couple of goals past Dortmund. Uh, and I think Barcelona and PSG will be tight, but I expected Barcelona to go through. I'm expecting it won't be easy, but I think Arsenal will beat Bayern. I think we're going to beat Bayern because of those spankings they gave to us a few years ago. The last time it was in the Champions League, so I'm expecting that. So we're going to leave it up there for you guys to see, who's playing who and so on. And later on, as the game gets close, the games get closer. The semi-final, keep saying semi-final, the quarterfinals of the Champions League gets closer. Then we're going to be putting up the dates and who plays who first, and we're going to be talking a little bit about it. And that will be the lead up to the Arsenal Bayern Munich game. I think it's in a couple of weeks' time. But in the meantime, we've got Manchester City coming up tomorrow, so we're going to focus on that in the morning. So stay tuned and look out for us in the morning. Look after yourselves, and we'll speak very, very soon. We'll speak in the morning. And don't forget to subscribe, share our content, and like our videos, and leave your comments down below. Thank you, my people. Adios.